this is Corrupt Boy here, and welcome back to this week's Snapshot. Now you may be asking, where has the series been, and why did it stop before the release of 1.19? I will explain why. I got lazy and just stopped doing it, that's it. Anyway, Mojang just dropped a 1.19.3 snapshot, along with some features from 1.20. I won't go over why they did it, because that would take way too much time. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about this, and we're going to jump into the new snapshot right now. So, to kick things off, some changes were made, such as the creative inventory was reorganized with new tabs. For example, oakwood items will be organized together, so that means you won't be spending hours trying to search for that one block you were looking for anymore. Infested blocks are no longer the top suggestion after searching. And spawn eggs now have their own tab. I say this is better than the one we had back in 2011. Also, the barrier blocks don't produce particles anymore. That's great in it. And finally, various wood types now have unique sounds when placed, broken, or walked on. There are 3 sets of unique sounds: overworld wood types, nether wood types, and bamboo. Now we have some experimental stuff to go over, so the way of releasing stuff has changed, such as some experimental features now need to be enabled to appear in worlds. Such features are enabled by adding a built-in data pack when creating a world. Feature toggles are meant to hide unfinished or experimental features, to make sure your existing worlds remain unaffected. Worlds that are using experimental features will be marked as experimental in world selection list. Experimental features cannot be toggled for existing worlds. Now let's go over what's added. First off, the bundle has been readded to Minecraft. Finally, the features added include the following. Bamboo wood. After nearly 4 years of being a useless block, there is now a wood variation of the bamboo block. This includes buttons, doors, fences, fence gates, planks, pressure plate, suns, hanging signs, which we will get into later, slabs, stairs, and trapdoors. And it also comes in a mosaic variation. This includes slabs and stairs. These can be crafted with 2x2 bamboo items. This also makes sense. If people can make houses using bamboo, so can we. Hanging signs. They are a more expensive version of normal signs, which can be crafted with 2 chains and 6 strip lugs, resulting 6 of them. They can be hung up in the following ways: underneath a block that can provide support in the center, like a full block or a fence, attached to the solid side of a block, attached to the side, or underneath another hanging sign. They cannot be placed directly on the ground without support from the side or above. However, hanging signs that have a horizontal bar will not pop when the supporting block is removed. Here is a fun fact about this block. Ever since I heard about it, this became my favorite block. So much better than the sign. We still love you, original sign. The camel, another rideable mob, has been added in. They can do the following. They can be equipped with a saddle and ridden by 2 players. They spawn naturally in desert villages. They are a tall mob that most hostile mobs will not be able to reach. Players riding a camel also can walk over fences without a sweat. They will randomly sit down. While sitting, it is difficult to convince them to move. They can either walk slowly or sprint quickly. And they can also dash forward, but will lose stamina for a while when doing so. The raft, a new boat and chest has been added in. It is called a bamboo raft and bamboo chest raft. They can be crafted with bamboo planks instead. They function the same as ordinary boats, but have a unique look to them. Now that is out of the way, let's finish off the changes. Changes to chat. Remove chat preview. Chat messages deleted by server moderators will no longer be completely hidden, but rather replaced with text stating this chat message has been deleted by the server. Deleted chat messages will now be displayed in the chat window for at least 3 total seconds before being hidden. The chat trust status indicators have been tweaked. The modified tag will no longer display for server modified messages where only style has been changed. The modified tag icon and indicator is now dark gray. The non-secure tag is now light gray and does not have an icon. Partially filtered chat messages now show the filtered text as gray hashes with the hover text saying that it was filtered. The Realms news button will now show a confirmation screen before opening the link. More info on the creative inventory. The ordering of tabs and the contents in the creative inventory have been tweaked to make the experience of finding relevant blocks and items easier. Blocks and items have been moved into categories that fit them better. Blocks are now ordered by their material as much as possible. For example, all oak blocks and variants are now next to each other. Some items can now be found in more than one tab. Various tabs have been renamed or collapsed into others. The search tab now lists items sequentially grouped by the other tabs. For example, items found in building blocks will always appear before items in redstone blocks. Petrified oak slab has been removed from the creative inventory, but can still be accessed through commands. The Realms News button will now show a confirmation screen before opening the link. Now I'm going to let David take over from here, then I will meet you for the fixes.
Technical changes in 22W42A. Added feature flags, world options to enable or disable some experimental or unfinished features, like blocks, entities, and items. Network protocol changes. Instances of recipe types that have recipe books now have field category to determine placement. Feature flags. General notes. Feature flags are options that enable or disable certain groups of game elements, like blocks, entities, and items, later called features. Game elements controlled by flags are hard-coded. Feature flags are stored in world. Configuration and data pack changes. Feature flags are enabled by data packs. New pack metadata section called features is added, containing enabled feature flags in list named enabled. The game now contains built-in data packs, similar to the Programmer Art Resource Pack, that enable features and provide associated recipes, advancements, loot tables, etc. Added new fields to server.properties to allow initial selection of packs, works only during world creation. Initial enabled packs, separated list of packs to be enabled, feature packs need to be explicitly enabled. Initial disabled packs, separated list of packs do not auto-enable. Data packs discovered after world creation will be disabled if they require features that are not enabled for loaded world. Effects of feature flags. Blocks. Disabled blockades are not recognized by commands that can create new blocks. Block items for disabled blocks are disabled. Disabled blocks won't spawn in structures. Disabled blocks won't be loaded as part of entities, for example as falling sand or blocks carried by Enderman. Players can't interact with disabled blocks. Entities. Disabled entities are not recognized by commands that can summon new entities. Disabled entities will not spawn or load. Spawn egg items for disabled entities are disabled. Items. Disabled items are hidden from creative menu. Recipes and loot tables are prevented from creating disabled items. Disabled items are not recognized by commands that can create new items. Disabled items can't be used for interactions or attacking. Network protocol. The network protocol now supports adding player entities to the world without being added to the tab player list. Servers can now lazily distribute players' profile public keys along with their first chat packet. Message headers within the secure chat protocol no longer need to be distributed when private messages are sent. Contextual message references are now deduplicated for efficiency within the secure chat network protocol. Recipes. Crafting book categories. Crafting book categories / tabs can now be controlled by recipe definitions. Categories available for shaped / shapeless and various special crafting recipes. Building. Redstone. Equipment. Miscellaneous, default. Categories available for smelting, blasting, smoking. Campfire _ cooking. Food. Blocks. Miscellaneous, default. Some crafting books collapse multiple categories into a single tab. The exact mappings might change in the future. Resource packs. The resource pack version is now 11. Removed fixers for resource packs with versions 3 and 4, pre-flattening. The game will no longer try to adapt packs with those versions to the current version. I'm now going to hand it back to Tom now for the bug fixes.
Now for the bug fixes, it's going to be a long one, so strap in, and let's get into it. MC 14167, mobs build up fall damage when dangling on a lead. MC 96449, rabbits sometimes don't drop any more rabbit upon being killed. MC 130,754, jumping on farmland pushes the player a bit. MC 135,973, can't hold Q to drop items rapidly from container inventories. MC 145,748, clicking a settings button, when there is a slider under the mouse in the next screen, plays the click sound twice. MC 146,930, the programmer art resource pack is internally called programmer_art. MC 150,488, mobs can spawn on scaffolding. MC 152,752, jukebox music sound originates from northwest edge of the block. MC 160,610, mobs are able to spawn on chorus flowers. MC 170,457, chest latch doesn't rotate properly. MC 170,817, click sound of sliders in the video settings noticeably louder than anywhere else. MC 175,313, composter filling sounds originate from the bottom northwest corner of the block. MC 177,738, spawn point set on respawn anchor using /spawn point depletes glowstone charge, and doesn't stay on respawn anchor if its charge is depleted. MC 182,708, nether and warped ward blocks do not come after leaves in the creative inventory. MC 183,069, donkeys, mules and undead horses cannot be saddled by right-clicking. MC 183,502, the sounds for collecting honey in a bottle and collecting honeycomb with shears is categorized under friendly creatures. MC 183,831, villagers breed when not standing up. MC 183,899, you can set your spawn point inside an end portal, causing the player to become stuck in the end. MC 197,150, horse armor and carpets cannot be equipped onto horses or llamas by right-clicking them whilst having these items held in your hand. MC 199,162, one farmland block in plains_large_farm_1 has moisture level 0. MC 201,684, torches and soul torches aren't grouped together in the creative inventory. MC 201,759, obsidians aren't grouped together in creative. MC 202,607, cat can get off lead by teleporting when it gives a gift after sleeping. MC 206,854, multiplayer warning and chat preview warning are off center. MC 216,733, basalt and blackstone are not grouped together with other polishable stone types in the creative inventory. MC 217,644, wart blocks and shroom lights are in different creative tabs. MC 218,534, blackstone stairs and slabs are not grouped with the other stone type stairs and slabs. MC 220,489, beds and respawn anchors are not grouped in the creative inventory. MC 221,568, inconsistency, barriers, and structure voids produce particles when broken, but light blocks do not. MC 222,879, netherite scrap comes after netherite ingot in the creative inventory. MC 224,921, mob pathfinding fails under certain circumstances / mobs fall on closed turns. MC 226,184, axolotls pathfinding to water can sometimes fall in wide holes. MC 226,566, inconsistency, blocks are not placed correctly in creative inventory. MC 228,475, pointed dripstone is not grouped with dripstone blocks in the creative inventory. MC 234,446, Mars block appears in the wrong creative inventory tab. MC 239,465, emerald block in creative inventory looks out of place. MC 242,663, melons can generate underwater. MC 243,458, Origin data packs don't work on servers at first launch. MC 248,753, pressure plates don't activate, even though visually they should. MC 249,106, water entering incorrectly through frog spawn hitbox / model. MC 249,232, frogs can sometimes fall into deep holes when pathfinding to entities. MC 249,257, the sounds of splashing when creating mud aren't controlled by the block's sound slider. MC249294. Rabbits ignore the more caret X value, causing them to always try to eat carrots. MC249419. Map color for mud brick slab is no longer consistent with map color for other mud brick blocks. MC249463. Shulkers in boats with chests are lowered. MC249513. Frog spawn is not grouped with turtle eggs in the creative inventory. MC249720. Alay's wings are not attached to its body. MC249765. Alay's don't render semi-transparent when invisible where appropriate. MC249806. Alay renders do low and boat with chest, min-occurred in entities. MC249842. Alay's attempt to pathfind to items that are outside of the world border. MC249875. Parity issue. Alays hesitate for a few seconds before following, throwing items, or doing other actions in Java. MC249935. New advancement birthday song grants no experience. MC250249. Parity issue. Alays pick up arrow/potion items with other effects than the ones they are holding. MC250311. The Minecraft entity point tadpole point grow underscore up sound event doesn't have a translation key. MC250423. Frog frequently fails to long jump to small blocks. MC250943. Minecraft point used. Minecraft point goat underscore horn doesn't increase when using goat horns. MC251296. Alay has a transparent texture, but it is not transparent in game. MC251518. Alay's poses, flying animations, and dancing animations for duping differ from Bedrock's, causing intense clipping, inconsistencies, choppy movements, and strange item positioning. MC251688. Chat preview can overlap chat contents if the message is long enough. MC252089. The chat preview warning menu is forcibly closed when the player dies or changes dimensions. MC252415. Bedrock Edition's new January 19th 10 splash text is not available on Java 1.19. MC253076. Alay duplicates items when its MBT data is updated every tech. MC253125. Alays can dance while panicking. MC253189. Alays with no AI can dance. MC253367. The screen is sometimes flashed with the loading terrain screen, after proceeding with the chat preview warning, when all nearby chunks are loaded. MC253738. Vibration particle faces at a constant pitch of about 60 degrees, not pointing towards the target. MC254119. Breeding a screaming goat into regular goat never results in a screaming goat. MC254395. Command suggestions can overlap the chat preview field when the chat preview option is set to when sending. MC254427. Secure chat warning post can appear on single-player worlds. MC254535. Nether portals cannot replace snow layers. MC254695. Narrator disabled pop-up doesn't render fully. MC254774. Crash when a villager with a gossip of value 0 shares gossips. MC255151. Netpoint Minecraft point client point CAMERA number GETMAXCOOM. Double issue. MC255164. Skull Shrieker warning level resets to 0 after player's death. MC255715. Menu panorama stops spinning after several days. MC256217. Explosions create ghost blocks on servers at high coordinates. That's all there is, and if you have made it this far into the video, I wanted to tell you all that 7% of you watching my stuff are subscribed, so please consider subscribing. If you do so, you can always undo it later as time goes on. Anyway, that's all we have for you guys. Since there is still a lot of time left, I will leave you guys to the gameplay footage we have on currently. This is Tom, signing off until the next available snapshot. Goodbye, and see you next week. Hopefully.